Hello everyone, welcome back to Canary Cast. Another Norwich City win, another narrow Norwich City win as we beat Reading 2-1. A huge victory. Who would have thought when we were previewing the Blackburn game that we'd go away to Blackburn and Reading, two promotion contenders this season, promotion rivals, and get 6 huge points. It was a difficult one, all in all. I think Norwich just about edged it. I think we deserved to, thanks to Pukki penalty that wins the game in the second half. So let's get straight into it. Stiefelmann comes into the side. I was a bit questioning about that. He's been out of form recently, and again, I thought he was sluggish. But the whole team in the first 15 minutes pressed really well. We could see clearly that Reading were, poor defensively in terms of passing out from the back, and Norwich's press was really good. Rida Mota gives the ball away, and Emi Buendia, this is what he needs to keep doing now, because this is the only part of his game that he's missing. It's that clinical finish, and I just thought, as soon as I saw him going on goal, it's a simple finish, but you know what, with Emi, we've seen a number of times in the last couple of seasons he hasn't taken those simple chances. Did it against Stoke, did it again today, and he's really improving that side of his game. We've all seen the Arsenal speculation, and I think sooner or later that will keep progressing. Hopefully they stay in the mire and just are so much in trauma and dilemma that they just don't even bother with Emi Buendia for January, and we keep him for the rest of the season. Because if we keep him, we go up. I think it's as simple as that, because the chances he creates, the work rate, and just the goals he's now adding. No one else in the team, no one else for any money we can afford to pay someone is going to come in and give us what he gives us. He's such a key player, and I would not get rid of him for any money in the world right now. But yeah, and then so Norwich 1-0 up. Classic Norwich, really, isn't it? Reading go up the other end for their first real meaningful attack. Sorensen lets Sonny Aluko cut inside. Everyone's watched Sonny Aluko. We know he's left-footed. He's been just left foot for a number of years, but it's a nice little turn. Has a shot, big deflection. Comes to Ovie Echaria, and again, I think it hits his own player and goes in. It's a disappointing one. Michael McGovern has absolutely no chance. It's a poor goal to concede just because we got on top. It felt like Bristol City when we were 2 goals up. We again just give a silly, scrappy goal away and let Reading get back into the game, where we just need to learn on that one, because I thought Zimmerman and Hanley were good tonight. It helped that Reading didn't have a first team striker. We know how much of an issue that is. Obviously, we've seen it ourselves with Pukki, and Reading were a little bit better than what we were without a striker. But yeah, I thought those two were solid, but it's just a silly goal, really. Really, the rest of the half was a bit tame. I think we had a couple of chances. Stiefelmann good cross and Aaron's good cross to Pukki, basically identical chances. One hits his thigh. Cabral makes a really good stop. He's a good goalkeeper at this level. And then again, a Stiefelmann ball in. Could he do better with this one on his foot? Maybe try and get it into that corner. It's probably me being harsh. It's wonderful movement for both opportunities, and he is just top class at this level. Team Pukki, you can see he's sharp at the minute, feeling confident. That injury, while it didn't help Norwich for those couple of games, Coventry and Luton, we looked so poor without him. I think it's given him a good rest and hunger to go again. We saw after the weekend how hungry he was to get those 50 goals in 100 games at Blackburn. He was brilliant there, and again tonight, and now 51 and 101. He's a top class finisher at this level. I think it's 39 goals in 61 games now in the Championship alone, which is just a remarkable stats. And he is too good for this level. I was looking at Sky earlier, and they were saying, is he the gap, the Dwight Gale, where he's not good enough for the Championship or Premier League? Let's not forget he scored 11 goals in a really poor team last season, and he's Premier League class for me. I think if a team took a chance on him at the bottom end of the Premier League and they gave him enough chances, he would more than easily again get double figures, which you need in this league. I thought Josh Martin and Marco Stiepermann weren't great today. Josh looked tired, looked lethargic with a few passes, just wasn't his game. Marco Stiepermann, I think, has been out of form for a while now. Swansea aside of that wonderful finish, I don't think he's played that well this season, really. Oh, and Bristol City, let's be fair. With space and time, he played well in both those games. But those aside, tonight, struggled. I was surprised Maravrancic didn't start, and he didn't come off the bench either. That's probably because we managed the game quite well. But is there an injury there, or did he just need a rest? Did Daniel Farke think he's been playing too much, which is sometimes the case with Mario. Sometimes he does need a bit of a rest to get his fitness back. He's played a lot of games recently, probably a lot more than what we all thought, especially with all the injury crisis. But yeah, Kieran Dowell and Todd Cantwell come on at half time. Kieran Dowell I really like. I was a big fan of seeing how he moved around the pitch. I think it's clear to see he's not really been being coached by Daniel Farke too much, because there's a lot of kind of flicks and tricks which aren't normally used in the number 10 role with Daniel Farke. But he just looked a little bit out of sync with the rest of the players, and sometimes ahead of the thought process, ahead of the time of the rest of the team. There was a couple of dummies which he did, which Pukki just wasn't expecting, because Stiepermann would just not do that. Or there's a couple of passes which were just nearly, but he looked really bright. He took the ball in well. He looks very solid. He looks to have built on his physique a lot since I last saw him, and that's really impressive, because he needs that he knows that he's played in the Championship enough times to know what he needs to improve on. Hopefully he can get back match fit. Obviously he's been taken off at the end for Alex Tete. There's no problem there. That's just to manage the game, and I think he played really well. Todd, lovely, really good performance from him. Much better. I'd put him in for Josh now. Said at the weekend that Josh was doing well to keep Todd Cantwell out, but I think again, Todd helped Jacob Sorensen a lot more in that second half. He knows that defensive side of his game. He's obviously older, and he's just more experienced at the moment. And the ball for the second goal, which leads me on well, doing it well without Joe today. What a lovely pass to Max Aarons, and what a beautiful touch. He was brilliant today, Max Aarons. We know how good he is. Like Emi Buendia, don't know how he's staying at this football club. He's a Premier League right back at this level, and he looks so confident. Every little flick, there's a roulette in the first half where he can tell he knows he's too good for this level. The club knows, everyone knows that he is a Premier League right back at this level. Great touch. Liam Moore comes sliding in. I think the aggressiveness and just the pure power of the sliding, he's very slightly touched him. I wouldn't say it's enough to go down, but he feels contact max. He does go down. Any other player would do it. I wouldn't say it's a dive, because there is contact. Is there enough? I'd be dubious. If it's the other way around, I'd probably be fuming, to be honest with you. Teemu Pukki steps up, and it's a wonderful penalty. I always get a little bit worried with Teemu. We've seen him miss a couple of penalties before, and just the way he takes them, if the keeper dives the right way, he saves it, because Teemu does not hit it with power. But what I really love about it, he steps up, he looks where the keeper's going, he sees that Cabral's going the other side, and he just slots it in. It's just a beautiful penalty. And you know what? He is bang on confidence. 10 goals now for the season. He should easily be able to get 10 goals in 19 games, and he's not even played all 19. It's a good going. So really impressive from him again. Kieran Dow, then lovely movement with Teemu Pukki, like I was saying. When it did click, it looked nice. There was a couple of 1-2s with Cantwell he did as well. But he has a shot. Deflected a lot of deflected shots today, hit the post, and we were unlucky. We had a couple more opportunities where you just think, we needed to finish it up again. He hit the side netting, and it felt like, okay, it's going to be a little bit of an onslaught at the end. We give away a silly free kick. Elise hits it. What a save, Michael McGovern. That is quality. If that's Tim Krul, we're talking about that for ages. We're putting it all over. Well, I've already put it on Twitter, but we're talking about it forever and saying that is why he's the Championship #1 goalkeeper. It's his 6th game today, Michael McGovern. And I thought, again, he was at his most solid. Brilliant save against Blackburn on Saturday. And today, again, a world-class save. That's a top level save. And you've got to give him credit, because he's got no chance for the goal again today. But he worked very hard on I think his possession was a lot better. Didn't give the ball away stupidly at all. Helped that Reading didn't press that much, because they didn't have a first-team striker. But he looks more confident in himself. He's claiming balls. There's a long punt up in the end, at the end of the match, and he comes and gets it easily and just looks so much more confident. I'm really happy for him, because he looks like a really nice guy, and we doubted it. We know his limitations, but it was a top quality save, and he's won us some points again today. That's the difference. Thought Max was just on a different level today with Emi. Those two are just down that right side. There's not a stronger right side in the Championship. Premier League level, like I've said numerous times, you guys will get bored of hearing it, but yeah, it's just so good to watch. Emi Buendia, just the work rate. There was a foul on Elise, which is a typical Emi foul. Doesn't really touch him, but just that intent to go in. You're like, calm down, Emi, we don't need you getting sent off today. But no, he was so good. Just the movement, the passing, the finish, obviously. Max, any winger takes him on, I just feel confident that Max is going to take him. I thought Kenny McLean played well, considering it's his first game back. Covered the ground well, covered Sorensen really well at left back a couple of times. Would maybe like to see that changed, like I said earlier, but that's a difficult one. But Kenny, very good, solid display, because you know what, we've missed Lucas Rupp in there, and whilst Alex Tete is a fantastic midfielder, he can't play Saturday, Wednesday, or Saturday, Tuesday. It's just not in his knee capability. So it's nice to have Kenny back, bringing on Todd, Alex Tete, Kieran Dow now from the bench is wonderful to have those choices. And like I said earlier, we're 6 points clear of third. We're 10 points clear of seventh. On 40 points, 3 points clear of second as well. 40 points from 19 games with the injuries we have had is absolutely brilliant. Daniel Farke deserves credit today for the changes at half time. He was very quick on it, and we all fought it. And sometimes it takes Daniel a little longer to kind of be proactive. But that made the difference today for me. Todd and Kieran Dow made the difference in terms of just getting on the ball more and looking sharper than Marco and Josh did. I would put them both in at the weekend, or if Kieran Dow's not fully ready to start, then definitely Mario Vrancic. But yeah, looking at it, Cardiff are a big physical team at the weekend. You know, Kiefer Moore is a huge threat. They scored the most goals from set pieces. That will be the main issue that we've got to sort out. Because again tonight, whilst we don't concede or have only conceded one this season to Stoke, the balls flash across, don't they? It's a close one. So yeah, we need to be a lot more careful for Cardiff. But yeah, thank you for listening. If you've got this far, it's a lot more difficult on your own without Joe setting me up to be a bit more emotive or anything like that. But like, subscribe, and we will see you on Saturday to hopefully react to another Norwich City win. See you later.